come with it. Can I just share a confession? This is church, right? Someone needs to confess. I'm going to do it. I feel like I have the temptation almost every week that I don't want to go to small group. Don't judge me. See all your faces, like some of your jaws drop. What, Pastor Scott? Yes, me. Come on, because I know you're there. I know you're there. Because here's what goes on and why you struggle. Because at Tuesday or Wednesday, you've already gone a couple days in your week. Your work week was crazier than you expected. But then you get home, and maybe you're like me, where you've got a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, which is the equivalent of tying all your limbs but maybe one together like this and doing everything you need to do while them hanging on both of your legs that are already tied together. It's like a circus in my house. Right? I mean, you're just trying to figure it out, and then 6:30 comes around, you're looking at your wife, and I'm going, I don't really know if I want to go to small group tonight. I'm kind of tired. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm sharing somebody's temptation right now. Thank you. Oh, looking at me like I'm crazy. Come on. And you know what we do, you know what keeps us from small group, is we decide in that moment to run a cost-benefit analysis of why going doesn't make sense. Come on, you know. I can get community at home with my wife, and I can read the Bible here, and then I can go to bed on my own schedule, and then I don't have to be thrown off. And if we're not careful, see, what we're doing is we're substituting making a theologically based convictional decision with a pragmatic one. And we're going to go with what makes sense based on our cost analysis that we're doing. That's not what they were doing. See, what gets you over the edge when you sense the temptation that you don't want to go and you're tired and all that stuff is legit, let me just caution you against the idol of trying to protect your rest time as if God couldn't sustain you with his grace the next day, even if you decide to go and stay up a little later than you wanted to. Who are we to say that God can't do that? And instead we enter in, sometimes even when we don't want to, because we aren't making decisions pragmatically based on what works or what feels right or what makes sense, but theologically because we belong together and we ought to gather regularly with the saints. And of course, what happens at the end of all that? You come home and for the most part, come on, you're blessed, aren't you? You're glad you went. The story over and over and over. Let's fight that temptation by getting out of the cost-benefit analysis and going to theological conviction. We are in unity together. It makes no sense not to enter in.